Okay, I'm making this video and I'm not gonna edit it because I'm lazy. Here's some game tips for game making in a rec room. This is one of my quests that I'm working on. It is called Cheats' Revenge. It is not out to the public yet, but if I meet you or you add me, you will, or if you add me and I'm online when you're online, I may get you or let you play early access Cheats' Revenge. But here's some game development tips that I've learned when making Cheese's Revenge. First thing, when map designing, if the player's not going to see it, then just no clip it. As an example, this. Don't try to get the perfect little corner. Just make a wall, extend it outwards. Don't do that. Don't worry about it. If the player's not going to fully see it, then there isn't a point into not clipping it out unless somebody no clips. But if somebody no clips, then just add like a trigger zone. If somebody no clips out of here, it will. If somebody no clips out of the zone right here, just like put a respawn point into like where you want it. That's all that you gotta do pretty much. Second development tip I realized is copying is something that is actually important when game developing. I'd never thought copying would be important, but now that I've actually gotten to the point of where I realize that copying is something like you have to do to get good games. Once I found that out, copying became one of my main things when making Cheese's Revenge. As you can see, I've been working on this map. I'm not going to show you everything. Also, this game is heavily, and I mean heavily, inspired by Lily's Revenge. Hence the hallway and the 3 doors right here. Although I'm switching up the office, or Ender's office, from being on this side to right here. Another thing is, and I do use some of Ender's music, but in this video, pretty much, I think it's called the Lily's Revenge OST. In the description of that video, it says, I don't mind my music being used, just if you do use it, credit me. So at the end of the game, aka when the credits happen, on one of the lines, there will be Ender Luxio, or Ender Luxio, music, and inspiration. And of course, Sage will be on there as well. But Sage will be, instead of like music, it will be just Sage Bunny, inspiration. Anyways, that's mostly what I think that is the most important. Another thing is when you're doing circuits, use surface mode. It just makes you doing circuits a ton easier. This is the circuits that I use. Just for a voice line. And I don't want to use a 30 Hz receiver on this because it will drain your network really fast. Same with CPU usage. So I just make it so I'll try to explain. On player join, pretty much event receive player joined, it does that. On room load, it does that. Pretty much these ones activate at the same time. But this one is designed for developers. So like as an example, whenever we save room, it does not do the audio. It just resets because we haven't technically rejoined the room. So we use the room loaded because whenever you save a room, it reloads the room. So this is just for pretty much just us developers. We can always remove this, but we're not gonna do that. We're too lazy to do that. No, I'm kidding. It's just for people in case they somehow find a way to reload the room. Oh, don't do that. Anyways. That's all of the tips I can give you. In the future, I may give you more better tips, but as of right now, that is the only tips that I fully know. So I'm just gonna publish this straight to YouTube. I'm not gonna edit it or anything. Those are my tips for game making.